If you've been posting home tours and getting views, but nobody's actually reaching out, it's because you're selling the home instead of the life someone could actually live there. Because again, you can walk them through every appliance, every bathroom, every square foot of that home and still lose them to an agent who made them picture their life happen inside those walls. So I'm going to be showing you the two home tour videos that actually attract serious buyers, and I call them beat sync tours and voiceover tours. And again, here are just a bunch of wins, but these are like the exact two types of tours that I've used to help agents close over $450 million worth of real estate with nothing but organic content. And by the end of this, you're going to know how to film a home tour that makes a serious buyer reach out to you. Now, why haven't your home tours actually got you clients? It's a massive question, but you probably already know the basics of how to film a home tour. Like some of the angles, some of the lighting, some of the walkthroughs. That's not usually the problem. The problem is that buyers don't make decisions based off of what a home has. They make decisions based off of how a home makes them feel. A list of features doesn't really do anything. It doesn't make them feel anything. So the agents that are getting leads from their tours, they're the ones who figured out how to sell the feeling first. And a huge misconception about home tours is that a lot of agents believe that their tours aren't converting is because they don't have the right listing. But agents like right here, Zach, are pulling in serious buyer inquiries for even a starter home at $275,000 every week with the right home tour videos. While again, you'll have agents like this with millions of views, $1 million listings, and posting tours, but they get views but not anything else. Because the agents who are actually pulling in leads are showing the lifestyle of a home, which sells the lead on what their life could look like inside. And every home has a version of itself that will make a buyer feel something when they watch, regardless of the price point or the size of the home. So think about it. What should actually go through someone's mind when they're watching your tour? Not the square footage, maybe not just the granite countertops, but instead, it should be them standing in that kitchen in their head, imagining a Sunday morning coffee while the kids are in the backyard. Or them walking through that front door after a long day, feeling what it's like to finally be in that home. And there's a specific way to film and script your tours that actually creates this feeling every single time. And it's what we're going to get into right now. And again, if you do want my personal help, building out this lifestyle tour video for, again, your specific market, you can click that first link in the description and you can book literally a one-on-one with me personally directly. And we'll see if you're a good fit for the Real Estate Content Academy, which is my private program where I help realtors turn content into a lead generation source. But let's get into those two tour styles. The first one is the Beat Sync Tour. Now this Beat Sync Tour is usually going to be a 15 to 40 second video. Sometimes there's different aspects where it could be different, but usually 15 to 40 seconds max. Fast cuts, time to the music, not really any talking. Its only job is to stop someone mid-scroll and actually have them feel like this is a home that they should again, keep watching. So when you're filming, again, shooting 0.5, just wide mode on your phone, usually go about chest to waist level. If you film too high, your subject, you're going to get a lot of the ceiling. So if you film around waist level, you're actually going to have the subject of the room in the middle of the frame, which is where you want it. And instead of moving your hands ooh, look at this, you want to actually shift your weight. So let's say if I'm shifting my weight forward, I'm going to have my elbows tucked in right here, and I'm going to shift my weight forward and not my hands. And that creates the smooth, natural movement that you see on most of these home tours. Now, usually you want 2 to 3 angles per main room. So again, living room, entryway, master bed, master bath, no second, third, fourth bedrooms or little kid bathrooms, obviously. Then we have a voiceover tour. So a voiceover tour works a little bit different. It runs about 1 to 3 minutes. It's usually one continuous shot, no cuts in your voice all the way through. So the person watching a 3-minute tour, imagine that. Someone watching a 3-minute tour, because all of these algorithms and all these platforms prioritize watch time. It's generally over every single platform. But if they're watching a 3-minute tour, they're not just casually scrolling. They're genuinely interested about that home. And that's when you get DMs like this. And that's when these people are actually reaching out. So you want to film it in one continuous shot, throughout the home. Before you press record, do a walkthrough kind of in your head. So narrate it out loud. Even when you are just filming it, you can kind of say a super rough draft in your head. to make sure that you spend enough time in each room so you don't go by too fast, which is a super common trait. So when you're narrating, when you're actually like home and you have just like you're doing the voiceover, describe the life of someone like inside the home. So not the home itself. So we could say, you've got this open space just to decompress, chill out, lay down after a long work day. In the kitchen right here, like you can just make dinner and you have just the kids right there at the dinner table. You can finish their homework right there on the island. And you got the great waterfront view or the view of the pool of the backyard. While you have friends over, you can keep an eye out on the kids as well. Again, you can still focus on the features. You can say, hey, it has a brand new appliances, but you don't want to be 100% feature focused. You want to be around that 50-50 of lifestyle to feature focused whenever you're talking about a home tour. And the one thing that actually makes people watch the video, both of these videos that you've seen live or die by one thing before like they even scroll and see your video or even want to watch it. And it's the text. This text right here within the first 2 seconds. Before someone watches, they read what's on your video. That text is either going to stop them and it's going to make them stay, or they're going to scroll. But here's a 4-step system to actually writing it that actually works. So step 1 is you want to find one thing about the home to lead with. So is it the view, the kitchen, the location, the architecture? Then say it out loud, like the way you talk about it to a friend. You'd say, I just found a house with a backyard that backs up to the woods. Then say, step 3, give them a home or a lifestyle name. Not just like a bedroom count, not 3-bed, 2-bath, but like an entertainer's dream. Now step 4, put the facts like the price, bed, bath, location under that. So I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like, but only after the lifestyle, because that's what it's already done. So let me show you right here. Just like this with my guy Victor, where we have Fairway Paradise Gem. He has his city, he has a special thing about the home, and then the bed, bath, square foot stack. Now, when you add this to your tours, again, that would be for your voiceover. Your quick tour is going to look something more like this, where you're going to have, again, more of just the lifestyle plus a feature mix. But that stack is for, again, like the voiceover tours. So once you add these, that's when you can actually turn your content into a lead gen source, and you know what has actually like stops a buyer's scroll. Because every listing you post as a walkthrough, like a buyer somewhere in your market has watched the video. And everything you've posted before, they kind of feel nothing and they kind of been just scrolling. And when you actually switch to selling lifestyle, because I know everyone says that. Everyone says sell the lifestyle, not the features. But they don't know, like no one tells you what that means. And that's why I wanted to provide this video. And again, to get leads and to sell these homes, you don't need a better home or a bigger market. It just requires a different approach to what you're actually putting on the screen. Because it's going to take seconds for someone to like be interested in your video with like your verbal hook. But if your text catches them and is a benefit to what you're also saying, that is what stops the scroll. Because when a buyer watches your tour and feels something, they don't scroll to the next agent. They actually reach out and they send a message. So these two styles of videos are what separate agents who are getting views from those who are just getting leads. So we actually want, again, local people, local leads and views that turn into leads. Because that's like the whole system, right? You want to turn the views that you get, the followers, into leads. Because a buyer who watches a 3-minute voiceover is not casually scrolling. They're already picturing their life inside of that home, but they just have not reached out. And again, if you do want my personal help building out this system for your specific market, you can go to that first link in the description, and that's where you can book a call with me directly and see if you are a good fit for the Real Estate Content Academy. But I will see you guys on the other side. And give me a comment down below. If you made it to the end of the video, I'm gonna heart your comment and reply to you if you say, hey, I made it to the end.